Good morning. Happy Monday, everybody. Wow, it is the 22nd of July. I can't believe we are nearly towards the end of July already. And it's weird because the schools only broke up last week, didn't they, here in England? I know very well that in Northern Ireland and Scotland you broke up a long time ago, so I'm wondering how your school holidays are going and what juggling you're currently doing. But here on quite a murky Monday morning, when the forecast for this week is supposed to be absolutely glorious, I'm checking in with you this morning because it is still money month. It's July. It's been money month all this month. We have talked about pricing. We kicked off with pricing. We spoke last week about money leaks in your business and getting a real handle on, that expenditure in your business and how we can all let things slide and find that we are paying out for things that actually we don't need or we don't use. And this week, it's all about income, and we all want it, don't we? We all want more income, or we would like it in a different way. Let's be fair and square about it. You've heard me say it before, you're not running a hobby, and if you are, it's a very expensive one. You are running a business. And I had a little postcard here somewhere. Oh yes, there it is. So, it's contentious, but it's true. So, very often when I'm working with clients, I find particularly that they don't like talking about money. And it's not just that they don't like talking to me about money. We don't generally like talking about money, and particularly as women, in an area sometimes that perhaps we haven't had lots of experience in, we tend to bury our heads and not address it. And actually, that is why I bang on about it so much, because it is essential to the success of your business, which is not a hobby. Do you know what your income is for July? And you're all going to turn around and say, yes, Anna, of course I do. It's the 22nd of July. I already know what's coming in for July. It's totally fine. It's fine. I did have a sales target, I promise, and I have hit it, or I haven't hit it, or I'm at 80%, or I'll be at 100% by the end of July. Because of course you do that, don't you? But what about the quarter as a whole? Have you forecast your sales and therefore your income for this quarter? And have you even got as far as doing it for October, November and December? Or do you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about? And this is not me getting at anybody or suggesting that you should be doing it already. So many women don't understand the principle, men as well, but in business, particularly when you're setting up, the whole principle around forecasting your sales and getting to grips and understanding your business, understanding where that money's coming from and what seasonal trends that there are perhaps in your business. We're going into prime holiday season now. The schools all broke up on Friday. There's been this mass exodus on the motorways. For all of you who were on it, I apologise to you because goodness gracious, I was listening to the radio on Friday afternoon and thinking, I wouldn't want to be stuck in that. Does that affect your business? Or are you part of that who want to have that time off, but by taking that time off, it becomes anxious because you're not earning any money during that time? So do you know what your seasonal trends are in your business? Do you know what invoices or orders or client work is in the pipeline for you? And if you don't, then that's fine. But I really want you this week and this month to get to grips with that. And it's really easy to start. Even if you are fairly new to business, then fine, you can start with a blank page. If you are into your business by a few months, a few years, you've got loads of historical data that you can use. You've got all sorts of stuff for mapping out your income and for forecasting your sales and to really understanding where and when that money is coming from. You are the CEO of your business. You'll hear me banging on about that because it's true. Even if it's just little old you, as it is me, Or if it's you who outsources a number of things in your business or has a small group of subcontractors, or if it's you with only a couple of staff. Listen, you are the CEO and you should imagine yourself as sitting round that board table every Monday morning and having a conversation about what's happening. If the finance manager doesn't think that the sales manager knows what's going on, then they're not going to be a happy bunny. And you are the finance manager and you are the sales manager. So you want to get on the same page as yourself. And I really want you to start thinking like that about your business. As you sit around that table on a Monday morning as the CEO, as the head of that board meeting, guess what? You are all of those people around that table. So start thinking about how you can forecast your sales. And I'll be talking about this in much more detail over in the private Facebook group, which is Build Your Brilliant Business with Anna, later on this week. And I'll be blogging about it too. So you can check out the details on the website, which is pink-dragonfly.co.uk. The other thing is money due in. So, are you actually owed money? Do you know who you have that owes you money? Do you have people who've bought your goods or services and they haven't paid up yet? So it all depends on the structure of your business and what you're selling. People might always pay up front if they're buying online or buying goods that you've made. But if you're a service-based industry, do you have clients on retainers? Do they pay up front? Or have you got invoices which are outstanding where people haven't paid? And the truth of the matter is that if some of those people are employed, they will have absolutely no concept of what it's like to run a business and have people not pay you. And that's not dissing employed people, because I've spent most of my life being employed compared with self-employed. So, I'm in my 40s. I've spent the last 7 years running my own business. But from the age of 17, I've worked for other people. My whole life I worked for other people, and I knew that on the third Wednesday of the month or the last Friday of the month or whichever organisation it was I was working for, that money was coming in. Payslip had come out, the money had go in, Bob's your uncle. But my goodness, what a concept of not getting your money. Can you imagine if an organisation's payroll went down and nobody got their salary on that Friday? There's outroar, isn't there, when it happens? And you know what? Try and put yourself in the position of people who are self-employed and who are owed money, because actually that's the difference between whether your mortgage gets paid or you go and do the shopping or all your bills are covered. And so if you're also running your own business, don't leave people's invoices unpaid. There's this whole thing about robbing Peter to pay Paul, which makes you very anxious and stressed, and it's not a great position to be in as a business. And I understand that sometimes it's inevitable when cash flow is a little tricky. However, if you get your forecasting and your sales forecasting right, and you account for seasonal lulls and perhaps some kind of delays with payments, then you can alleviate that and you can make sure that doesn't happen. What we're looking for in business is consistent months of income, consistent sales, and I know that in reality that doesn't always happen. But it allows for peaks and troughs, particularly if you get your forecasting right and you start to get your money coming in, and you can allow for those trends and those seasonal peaks and troughs to take account. Because let's face it, there'll be some people's businesses who are booming over the summer months, and there are some people's businesses who will absolutely dwindle down to nothing. And there are people who want holidays. You want to factor in a holiday into your year, don't you? So if you're not going to be earning income because you don't have the kind of setup that allows for that, you need to forecast your sales and your income so that you can allow for that. I could ramble on about this all day, I really could. And so we are going to go into more detail over on Build Your Brilliant Business with Anna. It's something that's really close to my heart. It's really important for me that all women are absolutely empowered to know exactly what money is coming in, exactly how much money they've got, what they can do with it, the brilliant stuff they can do with it in their businesses when they get that money. And so come and join us over in the private Facebook group. Check out the blog later on. But you know, you are the CEO of your business. You can sign up for the freebie that I have, which is the 4 key templates for really stepping into your CEO shoes. And that can start to get you on track with some of these basic principles, which we all can struggle with at times because they're not our familiar territory. So have a wonderful Monday, and I will speak to you very soon. Take care.